The spellbinding superstar playmaker, Chris Paul of the New Orleans Hornets go up against the Portland Trail Blazers and their go-to playmaker, Brandon Roy. It's the NBA Up Next.
A look from earlier at Brandon Roy, a key player to the Trailblazers' chances tonight. Portland, land of the Blazers in a fine Western Conference battle here at the Rose Garden. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg, our analyst. We're proud to bring you the NBA here on 2K Sports. Look at the Blazers, plenty of talent, but they're still figuring out how to try to blend it all together.
And it's a matter of health. I mean, Greg Oden's injury problems have hampered his ability to mesh with their other players. Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge have good chemistry with one another, but last season they'd played worse when Oden was in the lineup. So just a matter of time and health.
Here's Oden.
Looks like they switched to man-to-man, D, here.
And the starting lineup for the Hornets. Weston Okafor, the big body's down low. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then it's Chris Paul and Stojakovic. Ariza no luck. You know, Clark, a similar story as well with Andre Miller. He prefers to play up-tempo. His style of play really didn't mesh that well with Brandon Roy, who plays a more deliberate style of basketball.
Well, that's part of putting the team together so you can have everybody maximizing their respective strengths. But the good thing with the Blazers, this is a young team, and hopefully they'll have time to work out the kinks and put it all together cohesively.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to speak briefly with Coach Nate McMillan. Making things difficult when they're on defense is something they would like to accomplish in this one. He feels that if they can force things away from the basket, make their shooters settle for shots they don't want to take, they'll have the upper hand in this game. We'll see how it turns out, guys.
Thanks, Doris. So defense is the key early on.
You know, it's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team, so much of their game planning really starts at the defensive end of the floor.
4 on the shot clock. Aldridge. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Aldridge has got his first points in this one. On defense, Portland. Stojakovic with the 3. Kept alive. A second chance effort. That's good.
He drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
And here comes Miller. Chris Paul covering. Here's Roy. That's good. And it's Miller with the assist.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Goes up. And Okafor slams it in.
Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
And the Trailblazers making a change. Camby's checked in. Here is Miller. Outside Roy. Another miss by Roy. They've trailed the entire game now. A chance to jump on ahead. Here's Stojakovic. No luck. And the Trailblazers going now the other way. Here's Camby. Miller outside. The Batum with the three. No good. Good D by Ariza.
He's not giving an inch on defense. He really bothered that shot.
Okafor with the ball. Dumps it off. Here's Stojakovic. A little long, but it goes in. Here is Miller. 2:03 left in the first quarter. Hornets were a 500 team against the West a season ago.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good indication of their slide out of the Western Conference playoffs. The year before, when they were the 7th seed, they won 30 games in the conference.
Now Okafor, after Roy missed from long range. Stojakovic, he's covered by Roy. 4 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And it's Okafor missing. So going back to the Hornets' decline in the West last year, Clark. Oh!
And look at how he posed on the rim for a few seconds after that one. That's never going to endear you to your opponents. They don't like that kind of stuff.
No, he was enjoying that one so much he didn't want to let go.
Yeah, I think he was throwing salt in the wound.
Here is Miller. No points for him. Like they say, Emeka Okafor is a fanatical guy about his stretching. Does it morning, before games, all the time. He always wants to be loose.
Boy, the more time you spend in the NBA, Kevin, the more emphasis you put on taking care of your body, and stretching is a big part of that.
So for the Trailblazers, Matthews comes in for Nicholas Batum, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Andre Miller. Roy kicks to Matthews. Back to Roy. Here is Bayless. And stolen by Ariza.
The defense anticipated the kick out the whole time.
Rebound by Brandon Roy. And when you have spent time on the injured reserve list like Okafor has, you want to take care of your body with the stretching you mentioned.
What's nice for him is that it's been 3 straight years for him where he's played a full season, and maybe his stretching has gotten him past those early career injuries.
Pass to Roy. Open look. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Roy's got 6. The Hornets trail. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Okafor. Aldridge hauls it in off the glass. Bayless commits the charge. That is his first foul of the game.
Boy, he played that one beautifully. Textbook. Saw where the ball handler was headed, got there first, and set his feet. Outstanding defensive play. Nice job to advance the orange. Way to get it up court for the open finish.
Here is Bayless. For 3, Roy. And that's off as he tries to beat the buzzer. It's all tied in Portland.
The Hornets, 12.
Closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. Here's Paul, still looking to get on the scoreboard. So with Roy on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Nate McMillan. They got Matthews. Cunningham is out there with Oden. Then there's Batum. Here is Bayless. Just a horrid year for the Hornets on the road last season.
Well, there's no way to describe it other than that, Kevin. Only 13 wins on the road all season. You do that, and I don't care what your home record is, you're most likely going to be in the lottery.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, Marcus Camby consistently one of the best rebounders in the NBA. How does he rebound as well as he does? Well, Marcus says it's not just about going out there and getting it. I study my opponents a lot. I study the projectile of the basketball, trying to get myself in a good position to rebound shots. Guys, he's got the length and also the mentality to be a beast on the backboards.
Anticipating the bounce, a key to rebound, and Camby is a master at it. Thanks, Doris. And Clark, you talked about the road issues. What is strange is they were a better than 500 team on the road the previous season.
Well, part of the reason for that was they had a healthy CP3, Chris Paul, but he missed an awful lot of time, and because he did, and he has such a control of the game for his team, when they were on the road and things got a little crazy, it spiraled south in a hurry for the Hornets.
And taken away by Paul.
Your team doesn't need that mistake. You got to be efficient.
Okafor, the pass to Paul. And laid up and in. Paul's got his first 2 points.
I'm really enjoying the way their offense is moving now. The ball is moving. They're finding the open man. Guys aren't squeezing the ball or over-dribbling. And at the end of it all, they're knocking down shots that they were missing in the first quarter.
The shot misses. And New Orleans will take it the other way. West, right side. He dishes it. Paul kicks to Ariza. Uncovered. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Here's Oden. Jams it home.
He has almost supernatural bouncing ability. He can bounce right out of the building.
Only a handful of players have that kind of athleticism, Clark. Okafor, the pass to Ariza. Trailblazers trailed by 3. Stolen away.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it.
Back to Okafor. Got a piece of it. The Blazers on offense. They trail by 3. A different look for Portland. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Cunningham. Lloyd comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Jared Bayless.
Starting to give it up for your Blazers dancers.
Here is Miller. Not on the scoreboard yet.
One more time, give it up for your Blazers.
Here's Oden. Kept alive. The second effort. Buries the short-range shot.
Nice. Big momentum builders, those second chance points.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And I love the unselfish. It's a joy to watch.
5 on the clock. Stojakovic. Blazers, Clark, are really the opposite of run and gun. They like to slow it down. One of the slowest paces in the NBA.
Well, actually, they were the league's slowest paced team,
okay.
Kevin, last season. It makes sense, though, if you look at their roster. They want to slow it up and play a half-court style to take advantage of some of that size and depth up front.
Here's Paul. 1:24 left in the half. Brandon Roy, when healthy, has just been a model of consistency his whole career.
Yeah, I love his demeanor. I like his leadership. I like his unselfishness. I mean, he came into the league and looked like a seasoned veteran after just one game. I mean, that's the kind of demeanor and disposition he has. And he stayed 4 years in college, and that's probably part of it.
And back to Roy and his leadership. If you watch him in college, you can see this coming.
Yeah, he really developed in college. He had an unselfish way about him. He also had leadership qualities, and, you know, staying there all 4 years, that helped his development and his maturation. So the transition to the NBA, relatively smooth.
Okafor is whistled for the loose ball foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Second team.
You know, those fouls are kind of easy to fall into. The refs caught him climbing up the back. The ball's almost in your grasp, but if you bump the defender while he's going up, they will blow the whistle.
New Orleans making some changes. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Okafor. And it's Pondexter in for David West. Now Pondexter. And here is Thornton. Deep 2 from Stojakovic. And the Hornets miss again.
No defense there to bother the shot, and he still misfired. His coach does not look happy.
A nice shot by Roy. Here's Paul. And here is Pondexter. Back to Paul. Here's Ariza. Dunks it home to beat the buzzer.
Oh, what a great look to get it inside. That's the way to find him when he's ready to score.
And so...
Welcome to the HB Halftime Report. A lot of points on...
Well, it's been a tight game as we enter the second half. Both teams going at it. The Hornets trail. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. They've got Chris Paul. Quincy Pondexter out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Thornton and Stojakovic.
The defense read the scouting report, and they're going to sag off of him. He's just not a threat from out there.
And let's go to Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have for us?
Well, Kevin, the Emeka Okafor-Tyson Chandler trade seemed to work out well for the Hornets last year. Chandler struggled with injury in Charlotte, while Okafor established a good rapport with Chris Paul. They spent extra time talking together and discussing how best to execute their pick and rolls, and their chemistry should only improve with time. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you for that.
I think the Hornets are finally getting there, but not there yet. Still some missing pieces to that puzzle.
Now Thornton, picked up by Aldridge. 5 on the clock. A nice shot by Pondexter. And they draw to within 3.
I tell you what, poor defense can make an offensive player look unstoppable.
Marcus Thornton is out of LSU and Crescent Park in his rookie season, especially for a second-round pick.
Well, I was surprised he wasn't gone sometime in the first round, Kevin. I watched him in college. He can get his own shot. He's aggressive. He can shoot the 3. He can drive it. He can pull up for the mid-range game. I mean, he's a terrific offensive player, and we saw all of that on display last year, especially when Chris Paul was out with the injury.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Kept alive. Here's Roy. It's blocked. And here are the Hornets now. It's a 5-point game. Oden against Ariza. Guarded by Oden. Ariza no luck.
He's been AWOL this quarter. When his team is down and in need of some scoring from him, he hasn't shown up.
You have to think about it when you see the Blazers play. Clark, one of the most promising teams in the league, on the verge. Some think of becoming a powerhouse.
And Kevin, what you like about it is it's been done mostly through the draft, which is always nice to see. A team building itself through good, solid evaluation of incoming talent.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Marcus Camby. He's checked in for Oden. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Nicholas Batum. The Hornets also changing it up. Okafor comes in for Marcus Thornton. And it's West in for Quincy Pondexter.
Things got jammed up near the rim, and that left a golden opportunity for the steal.
Well, we know this is a great fan base up here in Portland. You have to love what you're seeing if you're a Blazer fan. This is everything to this community.
Oh, it sure is. I mean, it's one of the great places to play, whether you're a Blazer or a visiting player. I mean, Portland's fans love their team and have a team worth loving as they move forward.
West against Camby. Outside Stojakovic. It's hauled in by Andre Miller. Trailblazers leading by 7. On the wing, Brandon Roy, defended by Paul. Here's Matthews. Picked his pocket.
He got caught napping. You've got to pay attention and protect the ball.
Paul, he's covered by Roy. The shot's good from Paul.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
Roy dishes to Aldridge. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Aldridge has got 6 points. Paul against Miller. And here are the Blazers. 7-point differential.
Great D leads to easy offense.
The Hornets trail by 9.
Well, they put themselves in that position by losing control of the ball. Those turnovers can come back to haunt you. They keep finding ways to score, and that margin just keeps growing.
Time called here. The Hornets decide to talk it over. Bayless has checked in for Portland.
One more time, give it up for your Blazer Dancer.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Down by 12. Outside Stojakovic. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
Kevin, they've got the edge here in rebounding. They're doing a good job of blocking out and then pursuing the basketball. That's good fundamental action.
Okafor against Roy. Just 5 to shoot. Here is Bayless. From deep. And it's Emeka Okafor with the rebound. Here's Ariza. And nothing is falling for him right now. Paul gets the whistle for blocking. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a smart play to take it right at it aggressively and pick up the blocking call.
And the Hornets making a change here. Pondexter's checked in. Here is Bayless. A 12-point game. Outside Roy. The tray. Oh, and the jam by Camby.
That's why he's got the reputation as one of the NBA's great rebounders, because of putbacks like that.
Well, that's what we've become accustomed to when he gets in position under the glass like that. And it's the Hornets with the ball. It's a 14-point game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Okafor. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. First, they get Marcus Camby.
Tough interior defense means not allowing easy baskets. Good foul.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Here's Roy. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. 23 points for Brandon Roy. Now Ariza. Arcs it high. No good.
They got to put an end to this run before the lead gets out of reach.
We have just finished the third quarter, and it's a double-digit ball game. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back.
They switch now to the full court press. We'll see if they can find a way to pressure the ball and force a few turnovers.
Here's who's on the floor for Nate McMillan. Batum is out there with Cunningham. Then it's Matthews. Then it's Jared Bayless and Oden. And here's New Orleans now. They trail by 16. Here is Bayless. Gets rid of it. Batum with the ball. Launches it. Ariza snatches it inside.
You know, they got away with subpar defense there. He'll make you pay from out there more often than he won't.
Ariza, right side. Baseline jumper. Gets the bucket. Ariza's got his second basket of the game.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Here's Oden, and he dunks that one through.
Plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team, you have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays. Big time lead they've got.
Yeah, they're playing extremely well.
Batum for 3. Matthews is called for a loose ball foul. That is his first foul of the game.
In coach's jargon, it's called an error of commission. He was going hard trying to get that offensive board. They like the effort, so most coaches will live with that.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Marcus Camby, he's checked in for Cunningham. Aldridge comes in for Nicholas Batum. Brandon Roy, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Andre Miller has subbed in for Jared Bayless.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all. That's a confident shooter right there. He was blanketed by the defense, and it didn't faze him a bit.
New Orleans turns it over. We'll go the other way.
That's exactly what a dominating defense can do. Get inside their heads, frustrate them a bit, and force them to make silly mistakes.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Camby. Now, here's Roy. Fires top of the key. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. 27 points for Brandon Roy. The Hornets really having a tough go here. Now, here's Paul. Four on the shot clock. From deep. Batum yanks down the rock.
Right now, boy, they're playing strong on the glass. +8 in rebound.
From 20 feet out. Roy misses. Here comes Paul. To the paint. And taken away by Roy. West picks him up. And again, Brandon Roy. Roy's got 29.
Great awareness makes him a dangerous threat every time down the floor.
Here's Okafor, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. So it's Portland now. On the wing, Brandon Roy. The steal.
He just lost another one, Kevin. I mean, he's really having a difficult time seeing the defense here.
Batum inside the three-point line. It falls short. And it's the Hornets with the ball. That's a 2 from Paul. Kept alive. No good from West. And here are the Trailblazers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Roy passes to Oden. Back to Roy. And great assist as he lays that one in. Roy's got 31. Okafor with the ball. Guarded by Oden. Okafor against Oden. The Hornets give up possession.
Appears like somebody needs a jolt of coffee because he wasn't paying attention there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And here are the Blazers. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Here's Camby, and 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. That one is on Ariza. So for the Trailblazers, Joel Prisvilla checked in for Pendergraph, and Wesley Matthews subbed in for Dante Cunningham. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Now Ariza. Camby picks him up. Pondexter trains it from the wing. The Blazers on offense.
Man, are they playing aggressively on defense.
Portland foul call.
So for the Trailblazers.
His second person. Substitution on the court.
Here's Pondexter. He's covered by Roy. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Pondexter. He's covered by Roy. There's the buzzer, and that's a shot clock violation.
Blazers ball.
Here's Miller. Outside Roy. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark and Doris and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Brandon Roy.